And today, UMass Amherst is celebrating construction on a brand new building that will become the home of public health and health sciences. Western Mass News reporter Matt Price live outside the site with more information. Matt, what can you share with us?
Well, David, several school, local, and state officials will be celebrating this occasion as students at the School of Public Health and Health Sciences will soon have a new home. In fact, that home is expected to be built for next year. School Chancellor Javier Reyes and Board of Trustees Chair Stephen Karam are among those who will be part of the celebration ceremony on this new 26,800 square foot facility that's going up at the corner of North Pleasant Street and Eastman Lane. Construction formally began in May, and as of right now, this $43 million project is still on schedule. Now, what is so special about this upcoming hub? Well, according to UMass Amherst, there will be flexible team-based learning classrooms, time-shared cubicles, office space, open areas for collaboration and informal work, and conference rooms. The new facility will also be energy efficient and sustainable. It's going to prioritize low energy use, minimize the use of fossil fuels, and look to support UMass's Carbon Zero initiative aimed to make the campus a net zero carbon emissions place. The Dean of the School of Public Health and Health Sciences, Ana Maria Ciega-Riz, put out a statement about this new building. It reads, quote, "The new SPHHS hub will be a modern, inspiring building designed to serve as the heart of our school, providing a dedicated space for students to come together, find their campus home, and enhance their experience belonging to UMass." Construction on the new building is in its early stages, and the project is expected to be completed by December of 2025. And as for today's ceremony, that is expected to take place at 9 a.m. Reporting live at UMass Amherst, Matt Price, Western Mass News.